This is the continent of Mu.
Oh god.
It was imagined by a 19th century archaeologist named Augustus Le Plongeon, and later drawn on a map by fellow Mu enthusiast James Churchward. Both of these guys and a few others really believed that the continent of Mu was once a real lost landmass. So, trust me, we're gonna get to the scenario, but I really want to talk about this first. Augustus Le Plongeon had dedicated himself to studying the pre-Columbian ruins of the Maya and piecing together the puzzle pieces of the past. And as was par for the course for most archaeology of the 1800s, he was just straight up wrong. You see, Plongeon was a big fan of the Freemasons, and it seems like the appeal of his secret fan club sometimes got in the way of, archaeology. He started seeing Mason symbols everywhere in Mayan ruins, started theorizing about how certain dots in human history were really connected. Plongeon theorized that Mayan civilization was the first civilization in human history. All others had originated from it. Now, how did the ancestors of the Greeks, Egyptians, and basically any old world civilization get out of the Americas? By crossing from Atlantis, of course. This was the most tame part of the theory. You see, Plongeon deciphered Mayan script, or so he thought, to conclude that this ancient society had a global telegraphic network that connected it to every other civilization on Earth. The Mayans were also masters of the mystic and psychic arts. For this new, bold discovery, Plongeon and his wife were deemed pioneers of metaphysical archaeology by the Russian mystic Madame Blavatsky. Yes, there was the psychic babushka that had a cult-like following in the late 19th century, that's a whole other story. Plongeon, taking this blessing in stride, continued his research, which had largely been dismissed by actual archaeologists. After years of research, Plongeon finally came up with his master theory. 1. Some of the images on the wall looked like him. 2. The Mayans were descended from a lost and great civilization that once existed on the South American coast. This global empire was ruled by the great Queen Mu. Queen Mu had secret and arcane knowledge of Freemasonry that she passed on to ancient Egypt. Plongeon concluded that when Queen Mu died, her civilization split off from the Americas, literally. And then I guess the whole continent of Mu just sank into the ocean. The only evidence of its existence being scattered in Mayan ruins and maybe Polynesians, who knows. None of that really matters because the main point Plongeon really wanted to hit home is that Queen Mu has been reincarnated like thousands of times, until finally winding up as his underage wife. After Plongeon's death, his idea of Mu was carried on by certain pseudoscience enthusiasts, including James Churchward. Churchward built upon this whole Mu idea, drawing what the continent supposedly looked like, basically by connecting the dots of various Polynesian islands. Hey, that looks good. Churchward proposed that Mu was actually the origin of humanity and the Garden of Eden, home to a lost race called the Nazcals. The Nazcals colonized the entire world, and everything is basically the remnants of their fallen society. And there you go. That's why this landmass is shaped like that, and called Mu.